Oasis TV, the network in service to humanity.
Multiple chemical sensitivity, or environmental sensitivity, or what's called being a universal reactor that's hypersensitive to chemicals. Now, the modern world is not a happy place to be if you're hypersensitive to chemicals. I mean, literally, you want to go live in, the Amazon or something. You want to get away from modern society, which is full of a lot of chemicals. Look at this room we're in. The carpets. Huge amounts of chemicals, outgassing going on from the urethane used in carpet manufacturers. Urethane used in all the manufacture of building materials, glues. There's probably 100 chemicals used to, in the manufacture of the things in this room, including the plastic seats we're sitting on. It's called outgassing. Yeah. So there's a lot of electromagnetic radiation.
Food and plastic bottles.
Yeah, food in our plastic, exactly, food containers. It's impossible to avoid chemicals in our environment. Now, luckily, our immune system knows what to do with it. Doesn't mean it doesn't stress the body. Doesn't mean it isn't a load on the body. Doesn't mean it's we're not getting colds or flus perhaps more often because of our exposure to chemicals. But generally, we can deal with it. Unfortunately, well, one thing about chemicals is generally we can see them, If we eat food with a lot of chemicals, we can read the label. We can avoid that. We can pay attention to that. We can drink bottled water to try to avoid chemicals in ordinary tap water. We can avoid living in a large city if we can, perhaps, with all the chemical exposures of smog and, all the bad air, basically. Unfortunately, with electromagnetic fields, it's not as easy to avoid them unless we want to live an indigenous lifestyle in the rainforest. Unless we want to give up, we want to move to a third world country and literally live out in a cabin in the woods with, kerosene lanterns and, wood stoves and things like that, which, some people choose to do. By the way, those people have a lot less stress in their lives, a lot more clarity. And if they're involved in meditation, they can meditate much more easily than we can in the city.